Hey everyone, it's Tammy at Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. Today I am making another soap that I have to make apparently. I'm not sure if you watched my other video, but I had two men in 1 week. Strangers, they don't know each other, and they both said they were going to have to use Zest because I was out of their soap that they wanted. So last week I made Black Sea for one of my customers, and this week I'm making Indian Sandalwood for another, so I don't have to worry about them using Zest. I can't take it. Anyway, Indian Sandalwood, it's a Nature's Garden fragrance, if you can see that. So I really like this scent. It's very interesting. It definitely has a sandalwood note to it. So if you love sandalwood, this is a good one. It's a little bit soft, so it's not like in your face, which is okay when it comes to sandalwood for me. So the last time I made this, I only made it once, and I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's called a wood grain technique. And I thought about doing that again, but really I'm tired and I just want to kind of do an easier technique. I just made a soap yesterday that took like 10 containers, and I just want to do something a little bit less tiresome, or fewer dishes maybe. Fewer dishes would be okay for me right now. So I am just going to make an in the pot swirl. I haven't done that in a really long time, so I thought this would be a good one to do. I'm going to use the main soap. I'm just going to leave uncolored. I'm not going to add any color. This will discolor a little bit anyway. So I'm going to have a little bit of black with pitch black from Micah's and More, which I'm almost out of. I'm going to have a little bit of Swiss chocolate from Micah's and More. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's TKB. I should read these before I start talking. Swiss chocolate from TKB. I really like this brown. And I thought it would be fun to kind of offset that with some orange. Just, I don't know. I know it's kind of fall, and this is like February, so I should be making the spring scents and colors. But I thought this was kind of went with the scent very well, and I think it'll be pretty. I am going to make really quick, like I said, in the pot swirl. I'm going to oven process it, and let's just see what we can do here. I wanted to let you guys know that I have a wide angle lens that I've been using on my iPad to film, and I'm going to try this without the wide angle lens to see if you can see a little bit better. It's nice that you can see more of my room, and it just makes everything a lot, you can see more of my table, but since I can't zoom, you're not really getting to see what I'm doing so much. So let me know what you think on that. I'm gonna, when I edit it, I'm anxious to see how much better you're gonna be able to see what I'm doing when it comes to the making of. So let me move the camera around and we'll get the soap going. Hang on. I already have my kale and clay in here, and I had whipped that up, and I have some sodium lactate in my lye water. That just makes the bar harder a little bit faster so I can get it out of the mold tomorrow. I was only going to make a 9-bar batch on this Indian Sandalwood, but I just, I thought I would just make, well, really what decided the bigger batch is I think the in the pot swirl looks better in a slab mold, and that's why I decided to go ahead and make a bigger batch. It really doesn't take much with the stick blender. One of the things that I think was the hardest thing for me to learn was not stick blending too far. That is emulsified. It's not at a trace yet because there's no marks on it, but the oil is not separating at all. Off my stick blender, it doesn't have any kind of separation. I'm not seeing any oils on the top of my soap here. I'm going to go ahead and put the fragrance oil in. I'm gonna call that good for now. I am going to blend all these colorants because I didn't disperse them in any kind of oil beforehand. So I'll be blending most of it a little bit more. Pretty good. So one of the things that for an in the pot swirl, you don't want your batter to be too thin. You want there to be some separation between your colors, and if it's too thin, it'll just muddy it. Okay, yeah, these are thickening up a lot, but that's okay. I want it to, like I said, I want it to be a little bit thick. All right, in the pot swirl this time. And you just pick different spots of the pot and drop some in. Oh, we still have some shadows too. Okay, can you see? Let me pull it forward a little bit. You can really tell that black is so much thicker than the rest of the colors. I'm going to go way high, try to break the surface. They're a little more muddied than I wanted. Darn it. Probably I used too much color. I should have used a lot less color. Oh well. It smells so good. You know, I saw Ophelia's video this week where she did a gold mica drizzle and then spoon textured the top. Maybe I'll do that. So the colors in the soap are going to be muted because of the tan discoloration that the fragrance oil gives. But I'm pretty sure this gold or racing, what is this called? Racing stripe, yeah, racing stripe orange. Since it's on the soap on the top, I don't think it'll be as muted as, I think it'll keep its gold vibrant color. All right, let's try it. Honestly, I feel like I am not good at spoon texturing. I'm not as good at this as Ophelia. She's like the master spoon swirler. I'll link that video down below too because it was a pretty soap. Oh, not as good. But it's pretty. You know what? You know, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to leave it. Usually I get to this point and I take a skewer and just skewer it. It's not really holding its shape very well. But if I go any further, it's just going to keep muddying it. So I'm just going to stop. Stop. I'm just walking away. I'm going to put this in the oven overnight and then we'll cut it maybe tomorrow. All right, 2 days later, I'm back to cut. I did steam this yesterday. The top was a little ashy, which just means there's like a little white substance on the top. It doesn't hurt anything. It's pretty natural. But my last few bars have had a little bit of what we call soda ash on top of the soap. And, you know, my room stays around 61, maybe 62 degrees down here, especially in the wintertime. That may have something to do with it, even though I do take it upstairs and put it in the oven. But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice here. Pretty nice. I like the mica swirl that I did. And even the spoon, it's okay. The spoon texture, it's okay. I'm still not very good at it, but that's okay. Once you cut it into bars, you really can't tell. So, ooh, look at that. Let's take a look. Now, it may still discolor a little bit more. So this white may turn a little bit more tan. So I'm anxious to see what that does. But let's get it into logs and then into bars. So there it is. I don't know, my lighting, I'm still working on it. I've got some shadows, I've got some glaring, and I've just got this washed outness sometimes that I'm still kind of working on. But yeah, in the pot swirl, I haven't done that in so long. I think it looks appropriately Indian sandalwood. I think that looks pretty. I think the colors will still fade a little bit, but I'm going to give it a couple days before I take pictures maybe, and so that the pictures will be a good demonstration of what the soap actually looks like. I have quite a few shreds here, and I need to figure out if I'm going to do like a confetti type of cake soap. Food is always on my mind. I need to figure out if I'm going to do a confetti soap or if I'm just going to melt this down and do something with that. I really haven't decided. I like them both. The melting down is kind of a process, but so is the confetti cake really, because there's some big chunks in here that I would have to deal with. I don't know. What would you like to see? You want me to show you how I would melt this down into a whole new batch of soap? Or would you like to see it made into confetti soap? I haven't done a confetti soap on YouTube. Now I did on my Facebook channel one time. I did a video a year or so ago showing how I made a confetti soap. And it was a brownie confetti. And that was a lot of fun. Smells so good. So, you know, I mean, I could do that again, I guess. But the melting it down allows you to use a fragrance oil that you would normally not be able to use. Like if you have a fragrance oil that doesn't do well with cold process, you know, melting this down and adding just a little bit of that fragrance oil will allow you to use one. So there's some advantages to that too. They still have to be skin safe, don't get me wrong. But like if a fragrance oil, you know, causes, you know, seizing or acceleration where it gets like soap on a stick within seconds, I've had that happen. You can use that fragrance oil in a hot process or a rebatch. So I could do that too. So if you care one way or the other, which one I do, let me know and I'll do that. I hit 100 subscribers last month. You know, every little milestone means so much. You know, some people would scoff at 100, but I was so excited that I hit 100. I mean, how fun. 100 people want to watch me. That's ridiculous. But yeah, that's fun. That was exciting. I was happy to see that. It validates a little bit, you know, validates what you do, what you spend money on, what you spend your time on. A lot of time in these, more so than I thought. But so yeah, that was kind of fun to see that. All those shreds. I need to do something with them, guys. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, if you enjoyed this content, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends and family. I really appreciate that. And then we'll see you in the next video. Bye.